Howdy folks, my name is Bairdos, and today I have another first impressions video for you. As the title of the video suggests, this is for the turn-based space strategy RPG game Ancient Frontier by Fairweather Studios. So far I've put almost 6 hours into this, and I don't feel I've scratched the surface yet, to be honest, which for me is a great sign. What you'll find in this video is my opinion on gameplay, story, graphics, the user interface and audio. Before we get into that, I'll point out that I have played this game prior to launch, so some things may end up slightly different in the final release of the game, and that also means I received the key from the devs for free. Anywho, without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. How does Ancient Frontier play? Well, it plays like a strategy or tactics game in space. A hex map of varying sizes, with multiple types of covers, and your usual fog of war which descends out with your sensor range. Where this game differs from a lot of the tactics games I've played though is, most missions do not require you to kill all, or even any at all, enemies. This I like. You actually don't get any XP for kills, so unless it's actually a main or side objective of your mission, the only benefit in destroying enemy ships is potential drops from them. But from what I've played, that's not a common enough thing for me to want to risk ships in my early stage unless I have to. There's 3 resources in the game, each necessary for separate things. One is for repairing your current ships and buying new ones. The second is your fuel, which is required to actually take ships into missions. And the third is required to research new equipment for purchase and also upgrade tech for your ships. Missions themselves fall into 3 categories: story missions, which progress the story naturally, bounty missions, which have varying requirements, which I'll get to shortly, and simulator missions, which tend to be kill everything missions, focusing on giving you a lot of XP without fear of losing any ships, which can happen in bounty missions. The game lets you choose how many bounty and simulator missions you do between 0 and 3 collectively, before it forces you to progress the story. Again, this is something I like. Otherwise, knowing me, I'd end up doing every possible mission prior to the story before progressing. Each mission has varying rewards of the 3 previously mentioned resources, and a description that somewhat alludes to the sort of mission it's likely to be. So it's entirely up to the player what they choose to prioritise, and what type of missions they want to actually do. So back to the previously mentioned objective types. So far, I've seen kill X amount of enemies / everything. That is rarely though, and mainly as a side objective. There's also scout missions, where you're tasked with uncovering every tile on the map, and there's also collect X amount of resources on the map. Now the resources just show up on the hexes, dotted throughout the map as well. The other type I've experienced so far, but rarer, as in twice I believe, in my 6 hours-ish, is an escort mission, where you get an additional ship added to your squad that you can navigate, that's generally useless offensively, that needs to reach a certain beacon on the map. Each of these objectives can come with a round limit that it needs to be accomplished by, but that's more often seen for side objectives. As far as ships go, the main decider on whether you're successful or not in a mission, there are 6 types I've encountered so far, split between 3 classes, 2 in each. Seems a decent enough spread for me, but I am aware of other types of ship in the game, so whether these will become available to me later in the story or not, we'll see. Story-wise, there are 2 campaigns here, the Federation and the Frontier. The Federation being the central hub of power in the galaxy, and the Frontier being the outskirts of their authority. They patrol this as it's where they get a lot of resources, and so far I've been deployed to a sector in the Frontier. I expect there will be an uprising from the Frontier folks, or some darker power encountered, but we'll see. That's just generally the vibe I'm getting. The story is told in conversations such as what's on screen just now, and by the looks of the main menu, 8 cutscenes. There are also conversations that occur during missions, and you're given choices during the conversations that affect what missions you go on or what ultimately happens prior to a mission. I was delayed due to a decision I made, and it led to a lot of civilian casualties that we had to try and recover from. So yeah, pretty big consequence from something as simple as being delayed. Now, I'll leave why I was delayed for you to experience in the game, but I'm tired of that being a reason for bad things happening. You'll see what I mean. So far, I am enjoying where the story is going though, and how it's going about getting things there. It's certainly a different style of storytelling to what I'm used to. Graphically, this isn't a powerhouse, nor does it need to be. Menu graphics all seem of a decent standard, nothing too flash, and the conversation sections having a 3D representation of where the conversation is taking place is a nice addition. Just using up space that otherwise would be wasted space. As far as the battles go, everything looks reasonably okay. Some of the structures in space stick out a bit, but it's not something that you really notice repeatedly. The space graphics are all damn pretty though, so that keeps me happy. I love me some space images. My only issue is when I free rotated the camera, it sometimes caused choppiness, and some of the objects didn't seem happy about being viewed out with their normal viewing angle. Also, panning through a star had a habit of causing some juddering. I can imagine going through a star would not be a pleasant experience, but juddering I do not appreciate. The UI, once you're used to it, has everything you need pretty easily seen. Not really a whole lot to talk about here, but I do have a gripe, and it's that your abilities, which show up on the left hand side of your screen, is sometimes hard to see the number of uses you have for them, especially the ones that you have infinite uses of. The infinity sign is sometimes really hard to see because of the way that they've done that on the right hand side of the images, as you'll be seeing on screen at the moment. I understand that having two numbers pretty bold would perhaps confuse some people, the left hand one being the hotkey that is assigned to, but I had to just use an ability a couple of times and hope it wasn't a one-time permission ability, which isn't ideal. Sound wise, the music is pretty damn good. Main menu music specifically had me pretty confident I was going to enjoy the audio of this game. It just properly set the space and exploration theme of the game before I'd even touched a thing. The ship sounds are all pretty good as well, guns all sounding like you would hope and like the different weapon types to sound. All in all, in a pretty big category for me, seriously, music is always key for me. It's nailed it so far. Also, all voice lines in the game also seem to be voice acted. Every single one that I've encountered has been voice acted so far, and I expect that to continue, which is a nice addition for this style of game. I'm very used to voice acting my own characters, which as much as I enjoy, it's nice to have it done for you sometimes, especially in a game as conversation driven as this. The quality has been decent so far. Only issues I've had have been with the lines rather than the acting or sound quality. There's just been a few that haven't quite sounded right. And one of the voice actors, the way that he refers to someone, I just don't like at all, which you'll find out if you watch my Let's Play. So, overall, I am thoroughly enjoying what I've played so far, and it's definitely settled itself into my Thursday Let's Play slot from tomorrow onwards. A couple of little gripes, but the positives far outnumber them. Certainly something I recommend to anyone interested in space strategy or tactics based games. I'll put a link in the description to the Steam store page just in case anyone fancies grabbing it, and I'm happy to hear any of your thoughts in the comments below. Are you gonna get it? Is there anything more you want to ask me about it? I am playing more of it, so I'll answer anything I possibly can. But yeah, that's it. So, hope this gave a good insight into the starting of the game and what it's about, really. Ultimately, that's what this was about. If it did, thumbs up button lets me know I did good. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I do these first impression videos every now and then, but I do daily Let's Plays as well, and like I said, this is now my Thursday Let's Play series. So, thanks for watching, take it easy, adios.